What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Church by be back with another video. Hold up, I gotta go. All right. I know it's late, y'all. I normally do my videos a little earlier, but I'm at my parents' house, so I'm finna pull these videos out for you guys. So forgive me for doing these videos late, but we gonna learn today about illegal chocolate. And I want to know because this chocolate I used to eat from my childhood is illegal, and we know there's a lot of stuff in the United States that are illegal in other countries. So hopefully, ain't nothing too crazy. But let's see. Hope y'all having a blessed day. Hope y'all having a safe holidays. I already know that if you forgot something to cook, don't worry about it. Them stores packed. Everybody, their mama is out. I went to the store this morning. I went to a couple stores and them mugs was full, so that's all I gotta say. So let's get into the vid. Hope y'all having a blessed day again. Let's get it.
Company after his father, Pietro Ferrero, passed away in 1949, and thanks mainly to the launch of Nutella in 1964, the company prospered under Michele's leadership, so he quickly went to work on other new products. Part of that effort entailed finding something to do with the company's chocolate Easter egg molds, which usually just gather dust 11 months out of the year. Now, in addition to being a visionary confectioner, Ferrero was a devout Catholic, and in Italy there was the tradition of parents giving their children large chocolate eggs at Easter. The custom gave Ferrero an idea for a treat that would give kids the same thrill they got opening those Easter eggs, only they would be able to get it any day of the year and without being at the mercy of a giant bunny. Ferrero's employees, however, were less excited. They doubted such a product would take off because of, the chokehold Easter had on the candy egg market. But Ferrero was the boss, so their opinions didn't matter. And in 1968, he tasked one William Salici with developing the concept. Today, Ferrero is considered the inventor of the Kinder Egg, which to be...
Ooh, bro. This is probably the only time I stop. Maybe not. But Kinder Eggs, a chef's kiss. They used to be one of my favorite chocolate candies to eat growing up. They so good. I don't know if they still exist or not, but growing up, I used to always get one. Easter time, I used to be looking to get a whole handful of them. That candy, that chocolate. I love milk chocolate, so that chocolate was off the chain. So, just a little side note.
Fair was his concept, but practically speaking, Salici is the real deal daddy of the product. Anyway, their efforts finally paid off in 1974 with the introduction of Kinder Surprise, a milk chocolate confection made with a milk chocolate shell lined with white chocolate. If you're wondering what's with all the milk chocolate, Ferrero wanted a marketing gimmick to convince parents his chocolate was healthier than any competitor, and he thought all that milk would do the trick. But the real gimmick was that inside the egg was a yellow plastic capsule containing a small toy. And it's a good thing Ferrero didn't listen to those naysaying employees, because Kinder Surprise was about to be a surprise hit.
Sometimes you have haters in your group.
After its debut in 1974, it quickly became apparent that kids couldn't get enough of the Kinder Surprise. That's partially because of the chocolate, and partially because of the toy, but it's also because they come packaged in a light foil that includes a safety warning, urging parents of children under 3 to supervise their child while they're chowing down on one. And as any kid will tell you, a candy involving free prizes and a warning label immediately skyrockets to the top of the want list. Anyhow, beneath that foil is a chocolate egg. Rather than bite right into it though, consumers might want to break it apart, lest their teeth meet the extremely inedible capsule at the center. The contents of that capsule could be anything from a toy car, to jewelry, to a puzzle or game, to any variety of tiny action figures. In fact, in the decade since its launch, Kinder Surprise eggs have featured tens of thousands of toy varieties created specifically for Ferrero's, boasting over 100 new toys every year. If variety is the spice of life, consider the vast amount of Kinder Surprise toys the spiciest you can get for under $2. Thanks to those toys, Kinder Surprise eggs became massively popular in places like Russia, Germany, and the UK. So popular, in fact, that since their introduction, Ferrero has sold roughly 30 billion of them. And that popularity has led to some promotional tie-ins. Over the years, Kinder Surprise eggs have contained toys linked to high-profile IPs like Asterix, Smurfs, Minions, Lord of the Rings, and a whole slew of other characters from companies like Disney and Universal. You can even find superfans on YouTube building Kinder Surprise toy collections. Hey, everyone needs a hobby. Ferrero's hobby, evidently, was making money. Thanks to Kinder Surprise and his other candy brands, by the time of his death in 2015, he was Italy's richest man with a net worth of $26 billion, ranking him as the 20th richest person in the world in 2014.
I was making that bread. Oh, it's a ban in the US.
If you're from the US, right about now you're probably thinking something like, why have I never had one of these mythical eggs which reward me for eating empty calories? Well, it's probably because the US is one of the only places in the world where you can't get Kinder Surprise. At least, not without incurring a hefty fine, or possibly being tossed in the slammer. Given how much law-breaking people get away with these days, it sounds crazy that a candy egg could land you in that much trouble. But what can we tell you? It's a crazy world. You see, as it turns out, Kinder Surprise violates the 1938 Food, Drug, and Cosmetic Act. Why? Well, back in the day, a chemist named Harold Watkins made an elixir called sulfanilamide to heal strep throat. The concoction contained something called diethylene glycol, which, funny story, is also found in antifreeze. Long story short, Watkins' elixir killed over 100 people. On second thought, that's not such a funny story. After that, President Franklin Roosevelt quickly signed off on the 1938 law, which was designed to prevent edible products from containing toxic substances, which, when you think about it, isn't a terrible idea. Over time, the powers that be expanded the law to include a ban on non-nutritive objects, and that means hiding toys inside your candy is now illegal as hell. To be clear, something like a lollipop with a non-edible stick is fine, because you need it to consume the product. But a plastic capsule hidden inside a chocolate egg is a big no-no. Since neither the toy nor the capsule is necessary to consume the chocolate, the product is considered a choking hazard under the law. Over the years, Ferrero has pushed back on this ruling, but the FDA has stood its ground. The Consumer Product Safety Commission even got in on the action by ruling the eggs violated their small parts regulations, noting that young children are the primary target of Kinder advertising and are also the most prone to putting...
Wait a minute. I know I ate Kinder Egg, but you know what? It didn't have a prize in it. That's probably what it was. It didn't have no toy in it. That's probably what it was. I can't remember eating Kinder Eggs. But it wasn't no surprise. It just said Kinder Eggs.
Foreign objects in their mouths. Critics of the Kinder ban have pointed out that roughly 150 people a year die from choking on grapes, but no one wants to ban them. And fans of Willy Wonka have pointed out that successful candy barons who kill children can still be beloved public figures. But the fear of Kinder Surprise isn't totally unfounded. 3 families in the UK lost children to choking on Kinder toys in the 1980s. They unsuccessfully campaigned in 2000 to have the eggs banned from the European Union altogether, but it didn't take, and in 2016, a 3-year-old in France suffered brain damage after choking on another Kinder toy. To prevent that kind of thing, the US law doesn't just ban the sale of the eggs, it stops them from being brought into the country at all, and Customs takes that ban seriously. Any Kinder eggs they find will immediately be seized at the border, and it happens more often than you think. For example, over 60,000 Kinder eggs were seized in 2011 alone. Travelers caught trying to sneak Kinder eggs into the US will be shot on sight. No, I'm just kidding. They can, however, face fines of up to $2,500 per egg, and the risk of being detained. As a result, a veritable chocolate egg black market continues to run throughout the US, especially around holidays. Given the draconian penalties, if you must have a Kinder Surprise, we recommend heading to another country to get your fix. Just not Chile, because Kinder eggs are banned there too. Given their incredible success abroad, you'd think some American company would try ripping off the Kinder Surprise, and they have. In 1997, Nestle released Nestle Magic, a similar candy sphere wrapped in foil and containing a toy surprise in a rubber capsule. With big league tie-ins like Disney on their side, they seem to be America's answer for the Kinder egg-shaped hole in their hearts. But once consumer groups realized that Magic suffered from all the same problems as Kinder Surprise, Nestle pulled the plug. Not willing to take the loss, Moss, Nestle reworked Magic into the Wonder Ball, an
That's what
FDA-approved
it
chocolate
was.
prize ball
Wonder
that has an
Ball.
interior filled with additional candies and shapes like dinosaurs, Super Mario,
That what
and
it
even
was.
Minions.
Wonder Ball.
With
That
companies
what it
like
was.
Nestle moving in on their turf, and no sign the US was going to yield on Kinder Surprise, in 2011, Ferrero introduced a compromise confection, Kinder Joy. This street-legal version of Kinder Surprise keeps the candy completely separate from the plastic toy by splitting the egg in half. One side contains chocolate cream with wafer balls, while the other half contains a small trinket. Joy is an innovative way for American kids to get their hands on those much-coveted prizes. Nonetheless, it differs from the Surprise quite a bit, substituting the two-layer chocolate coating for a small container of scoopable chocolate. It's obviously not as much fun, but neither is watching your kid choke to death, so, trade-offs. Anyway, hazardous or not, Kinder Surprise remains one of Ferrero's most successful products. We don't expect to see them on sale in the US anytime soon, but until that day comes, we'll always have joy. So
So that what it was. Wonder Ball. That what it was. Okay. I knew it was something like that. But, dang. Okay. I hope I enjoyed it. It was Wonder Ball. That what it was. Okay, I knew it was something like Kinder Surprise, but hey, what can you do? I don't blame them. That grape thing, 100 people died on grapes. What, they stuff in their mouth or something? That's what, I don't know, but hope y'all enjoyed the video, man. Hit the like button, share, subscribe. Y'all enjoy y'all holidays. Have a blessed one. God, Jesus, and the Holy Spirit love you. I love you. If you don't know Jesus, confess with your mouth, believe in your heart that God raised him from the dead, and you shall be set free. You shall be saved, excuse me. And you will be set free for all your sins and build your relationship. Your life with Christ gonna grow. And just find a good Bible preaching and teaching church. So, y'all have a good one, man. Y'all stay blessed. We out of here, man.